morning, traders. We woke up this morning to find new lows for the move. 66.30 was hit, and this was the third day in a row. We've been talking about it inside the Discord that we felt that 67.57 area would probably hold as the high for the market, at least for now. And that in fact happened. We traded all the way down to our target of 66.30.40, between 30 and 40, and we bottomed right around 31 I think was the low this morning. So the counter trade now is on. We're bouncing. I would love to be able to sell the half back. Maybe we could get a little rally tomorrow. And just for some context, again, we've had a market that's been up. This is the early part of September here on the left side of the chart. I'm trying to get the little thing working here, and you can see that we have really gone quite significantly up from the early part of the month. I think our low was about 63.60. We've talked about this before, 63.60. So up almost 400 SPU points, S&P points for the month of September. Huge bullish month. Now that being said, we're sitting in basically the 2-week balance. As you can see here, this is a 2-week chart. So we've gone from the 1-week chart where we're sitting at the lows of the week essentially. We opened this week at around 6,700 and we're just below it here at 66.70. And so just for context, the market is bearish for the short term, for the 1 week. For the 2-week, we're actually also tipping bearish, as you can see in this chart, sitting right in the balance area, right around 66.70. That's for the 2-week chart. You move to the time frame of the 30-minute, looking at the last couple months, August, September, and again, you see that balance here is somewhere around 65.50 down to 64.50. That's where I think we're heading before we're going to prove whether we're going higher again or going to rotate lower. So what do I mean by rotate lower? Well, if you came into the early part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, we were bullish, and then we reversed bearish and sold off again about 130 points from that top. Now we're sitting in balance on the short term. So depending on what time frame you're trading, this is how you need to look at the markets. And then when you go all the way out to the daily, vertical, still vertical. Not much has changed here on the daily chart, but beginning to show some cracks. So the next couple weeks I think are going to be telling, and maybe these cracks on the longer term chart start to show up as a more negative view. But at this point, again, balance on the daily chart is somewhere back around 6,100. So we're way above balance, bullish on the long-term charts, bullish on the 2-month charts, in balance on the 2-week chart, bearish on the 1-week chart. So this is kind of where we are, and you're in this transitional phase. And that's why we always talk about you need to know the long-term picture of the market before you can trade the short-term picture of the market. So that's why we always talk about this. So now we've had a little sell-off, not quite even 2%. So again, not heavily tipping over, but beginning to maybe to fill that hole down here to get into balance here at 64.50, 65.50. That would be the next area that I would be interested in and see how we behave. That's the biggest area really for the last 2 months that we've traded. So let's see what happens when we get to that area. That's why you need to know these zones. These zones are good for short-term, mid-term, long-term, and when they all come together, it could be the beautiful picture. So just wanted to lay that out there, kind of where the S&P, the SPUs are right now. As we come into Friday, it's quiet now on the lunchtime on the markets here on Thursday, the 24th, and we'll be back here with more ideas and thoughts. And join us at the Discord room.